Welcome to the City of Annapolis, first annual MLK Parade. I'm your host, Darius A. Stanton. You know, we're here to celebrate a great man, Dr. King. And when you think about all of the people in the parade, you have over 1,000 participants in this parade. You've got fraternities, sororities, youth groups, bands, the Naval Academy Drum and Bugle Corps. I mean, we've got a full lineup. South River, Southern High School, and our very own Panthers, the Running Panthers, the Fighting Panthers, and I don't know what they call the band, but they're going to be blowing today here in the city of Annapolis at the first annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. We've got an all-star lineup of parade marshals, Matisse Wright, the first African-American female flight officer, aldermen, alderpersons, and grand marshals that include Dr. Charlestine Fairley of the Sir John Douglas College, Mayor Pantelis, and our great mayor. You know, he's the first mayor, along with the city council, to adopt and host the city's first annual parade. So, you know, our hats off to the mayor and the city council for coming together and working to make this event take place.
The city of Annapolis, Maryland, and the Annapolis Drum and Bugle Corps announces history in the making. The first annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Parade. We stand here today proud to celebrate a man who believed in equality for all people. Dr. King believed when all God's children, black man and white man, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, not fire, free at last.
So we've got a host of just all-stars, local stars. Miss Evola Peters, another Alicia Watkins, Miss Maryland, children who are really excited about being. As you can see the children playing and just running all in the street, all excited about this momentous occasion. And they may not remember what's really going on, but you know, they'll definitely remember the fun. As you can see on the trolley's actually carrying a number of elected officials who decided either they weren't going to walk or wanted to just be a part of the trolley. There you have the Annapolis Drum and Bugle Corps coming down. This is all in front of our newly built Westin Hotel, Annapolis' first 4- or 5-star, actually 5-star hotel. And you know, there's one band that all-time favorite of Annapolis that people can't forget, and that's the great old Tommy Tom's band who used to perform. And the other band in town at that time was, yes, the Annapolis Drum and Bugle Corps, which was actually founded by former Lieutenant Robert Beams. And the new founder or director of the band is none other than Miss Pat Montague, and it was her idea to have the parade kick off. And so we definitely want to credit her and Miss T, author of Light It Up AAA, for her work. As you can see, children coming down. We have young people carrying signs and, you know, getting just, this is the Girl Scouts of Central Maryland, I believe, that you see now coming down the street. There's Miss Maryland, America 2015. Alicia Watkins, the Girl Scouts again, doing great work, those Girl Scouts and the Brownies. We got the Ravens colors. I even believe we have some Ravens in the parade today. We actually have over 200 young people, 200 children that are actually walking the parade. There you have some more children walking down in front of Miss Shirley's on West Street, also in front of the Community Action Agency, who happens to be celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. There's the Eastern Star, the Myra Grand Chapter Lodge participating. And I tell you, the great thing about this parade is there's so many people from so many different walks of life that are participating in the parade. Triple lighted up with AAA. The fraternities are here. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. They're walking in the parade. Proud Brothers of Alpha started on the campus of Cornell University, also known as the first African American. And we also have following them, rightfully so, the Annapolis High Black History Club. Young people again in the parade, excited, coming down. There's Zena Pierre and Bishop Coates and Reverend Johnny Calhoun from Mount Olive. As the churches are in the parade, Asbury United Methodist Church. Oh, and here comes, from the southern part of Anne Arundel County, the Southern High School Marching Band. Don't they look good in their white, and yellow, and blue? He's jamming. I mean to tell you, that drumming sounds really, really good as they're passing the old helping hand on West Street, coming down. This is just great to see, bands coming from all over the county to participate. Uh-oh, look out. Yes, indeed, they're hot. The Corvette Club, and actually the Annapolis Corvette Club to be exact. They've got 2014s, 2015s, and even old school Corvettes lined up, looking good. They're participating, and they not only get out and shine and run their cars, but they support a lot of worthy causes as well. As you can see now, the parade kind of hitting the Centertown Old Fourth Ward. As you can see, people lined on the streets, packed on both sides in front of the Asbury United Methodist Church and the Fort West Washington Street, as they parade goers, as you can see, attendees lined in the streets, children enjoying this day off from school, having a ball at the first annual MLK parade here in the city of Annapolis. Passing Lowe's Hotel, the Corvettes, shining, looking good. Family and friends waving at one another. Just a great day here in the city of Annapolis. We're so fortunate to be able to share this with you. Oh wow, check out that ride. First class all the way. As a matter of fact, as you see all of the people that are on the sideline, this parade was put together really by a few people here in the city, but it was a collective effort. The police department, the chief, Stoop, the mayor, city council really got behind this event and supported Pat Montague, director of the Annapolis Drum and Bugle Corps, Phyllis T., who just put a dynamic event together. And you can see the people are, really excited, enjoying the cars, the music, coming down West Street. And actually, right here on West Street, there were 5 persons. One actually, my grandfather, William H. Johnson Jr., who sat in at one point in time in the 60s when the deli there was segregated, and they sat in and protested, and there's a plaque right there on the wall on the outside of the brick that celebrates those 5 people who sat in and desegregated that lunch counter And, you know, that took a lot of guts during that time in the 1960s here in the city of Annapolis. And you may not see and understand just based on the way Annapolis is today, but there was truly a lot of challenge and pain here as well due to segregation. But those 5 sat in, and they're now marked in history. As well as we also lost recently our condolences to the family and to the whole city, a ton of friends, the late Roger Pip Boyer, and who served as mayor here in the city of Annapolis. And everybody knows about Pip and Zastro Sims when the mayor went to the governor and asked, can we please release him and have him come out. And they walked the town right after the assassination of Dr. King. And they were able to stop folks from looting and burning the city, as a lot of other cities around the state of Maryland, as well as throughout the country. Tons of cities, you know, were burned and looting took place, but it did not take place because Roger Pitmore, the mayor at that time, rest his soul, had the guts and the ingenuity of just going to the governor and saying, hey, I know somebody that can help me stop this, a childhood friend, and they walked the streets, and sure enough. So our condolences again to the Moyer family, Ellen and Lonnie, their daughter. And as you see the old cars in the parade now, and now coming down, almost entering the circle of Church Circle. And here we have Meade Senior High School. So we have the southern part of the county, the western part of the county represented, donned in their gold and black with their yellow feathers. Listen to them, don't they sound great? The horns, the drums. I mean, this is fantastic. Right here in the city of Annapolis, MLK's first annual parade. And the mayor's already said, you know, we're gonna have this again. There they go, the Self number 4 Freedom, Masonic Lodge number 407, marching again, service organizations participating. And you know Dr. King is all about service. There's the Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated Annapolis Alumni Chapter, Public Service Sorority. There they go, in their crimson and white, the Deltas, proud and swinging their hands right here at the first annual MLK parade. And we've got the, here they go, Omega Psi Phi, Mu Ru chapter, and Omega Psi Phi Beta Kappa chapter. 2 Greek organizations, 2 Greek chapters of Omegas coming down the street. I believe they're even going to do some stepping at some point, so you'll get a chance to see them jumping around and do their thing right here in the city of Annapolis as they come on down the street. I-5, Elite, Impact the Track, I-5, Elite. Actually, this is a running group. A group of young sprinters, runners. So we're excited about the I-5 Elite. And following them, the Mount Olive Church School. Mount Olive, under the leadership of Reverend Johnny Calhoun, has done a really great job. They've created a family life and community center there. They have classes. They teach ESOL, English is for a second language, GED prep. They now have an environmental program where they partner with the Maryland State Department of Natural Resources. So Mount Olive is really doing a lot of great things in the community, not just on Sunday, but really helping the community throughout the week. Our hats off to the church for taking such a leadership role in their community, not only in parole, but helping people throughout the city of Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And we have Hope for Living Ministries, another church. Pastor Jerome Howard participating in the parade, also with some alphas in their group. Actually, Dr. King was an alpha as well. A lot of people may not know, and he also graduated from Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, African American Males College, where he actually was 15 years old when he graduated. Dr. King actually 15 years old when he graduated from Morehouse College. And oh, now we have the Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, the Lambda Delta Sigma chapter. The Sigma's in the house, or I should say on the street, walking down the brick-paved streets of Annapolis, Maryland, coming down West Street, almost at the circle. And that'll be Church Circle that they'll be rounding just a bit. They're styling and profiling the Sigmas coming on down. And then self number 4, Freedom 29 group. Oh, is that the Ravens? The Raven Roost. Oh, wow, Raven Roost number 35. Well, we can't see them on Sunday, but we can see them on Monday here at the city of Annapolis. We get a chance to see them live right here, all those Raven fans. They had a great year this year. Not as great as they would have liked to, but our Ravens did do us proud, and they are being represented by the Ravens Roost, number 35. And following the Ravens. The eccentric club. And following them coming down is Asbury United Methodist Church.
A quick piece of history. Dr. King's father stayed at the Maryland Inn in the late 70s while he was in town to preach at Asbury United Methodist Church. The story says they actually took his shoes the night before he preached because they didn't want him to leave the hotel to protect him from all the challenges. A lot of people don't know that his wife was actually killed in 1974 and assassinated in their church in Atlanta, Georgia.
The South River Band, oh, don't they look good? And they're white and light blue. Listen to those horns, those drums. Oh, wow. This is so beautiful here in the city of Annapolis, the first annual MLK Parade. Slade Child Foundation. I'm telling you, you've got all types of folks that are participating in this parade. We're just so fortunate. These are just to remind people of the children who've been killed and have lost their lives. We want to always pay attention to keeping our children safe. Community Action Agency, we mentioned them earlier, and their 50th anniversary. And there they are, the running, sounding, pounding Panthers, our very own Annapolis Senior High School, coming on down the street, representing all the classes of Annapolis High. And the Miss Baltimore, Miss Annapolis pageant queens coming down. You get a chance to see them. They're participating, and we're so fortunate as they're rounding Maryland in, where, as I mentioned before, Daddy King stayed, and they took his shoes to keep him from leaving, just to protect him at that time in the late 70s when he spoke here at the city of Annapolis. And they're rounding Main Street, coming on down to the bandstand where the Annapolis High School band, as you hear them playing, coming around past the governor's mansion, as we have a new governor in town, and Governor Hogan, first Republican governor in some time, will be here in Annapolis, taking the helm of the state. Ah, yes. They're coming on down, marching down that brick-paved Main Street. What a beautiful day. The sun is shining. As I mentioned before, it was rather cold prior to the start of the parade. But the sun came out. It was almost as if Dr. King opened it up for us and said, shine on that first day in the city of Annapolis, and let us celebrate this day in fine fashion to keep people going. As you can see, people followed the parade downtown. They didn't just stay and watch. They're following it all the way down to the water. You know the significance of the water. The slaves who came in to, the story of roots, and there's a memorial set up there of Alex Haley and children where slaves were brought into the city of Annapolis and sold throughout the state and this part of the region. A major slave port Annapolis was at that time, and how far we've come, and in some instances how far we still have to go. But today we're so glad to be celebrating a really beautiful day. People of all races, all religions, all sexes. The Kunta Kinte Festival, just mentioned that, and what a beautiful sight, people of other persuasions driving the Kunta Kinte truck. So, we're really excited about what's taking place here, and the fact that our mayor and the city council decided to support this in fine fashion. The paramedics, the police department here, Chief Pursuit did a great job supporting the recent rallies that took place here in the city, worked with the community, and without any incident at all, protesting some of the instances of violence that had taken place against young men of African descent here throughout the country. But our chief stood up and supported the community, and the community did a very respectful rally, 2 actual protesting rallies that took place on that day. Our hats off to the chief and the city for being supportive, and the protesters who protested in very high fashion and class. Coming on down Main Street, old 5 and Dime at the bottom of the hill. A lot of people don't remember when it was Murphy's 5 and Dime, which is now Zachary's. And here we are at the bandstand with the Solution Hour, my host, co-host, the Diamond. We've got our MC for the parade. You can hear him now, Wiley Baker from WNAV, sportscaster, coach, great guy, doing a great job out here all day. And we're here live right here at City Dock.